All right, so what's going on, marketers? In today's video, we're going to take a look at the difference between ABO campaign and CBO campaigns when we're referring to app installs, so that you can have the best idea and knowledge going into whatever decision or strategy you choose to use for running app install campaigns, whether that be CBO or ABOs. So let's jump into our ads manager so that you can see the difference in how I have it set up, and then also you can have an idea of what it actually means and the difference between the two. All right, so what we're looking at now, I have two ABO campaigns and a CBO campaign. So first, what I'll do is I'll take a look just at the CBO campaign alone, and you can have an understanding of let's start off with the ABO campaign. So first, what we'll do is we'll start off with the ABO campaign that I have set up for US only for iPhone app installs. And I want you to understand what it means. So for each ad group, there is a budget set for $20 per day. Now, the way I have it set up is I prefer to do one ad video or one ad creative per ad group. That just means the whole one creative will get the whole budget. You can split it out into different ways, but this will be why I explain this. So for this particular ad group, each ad group has one video inside, and that budget for that ad group is $20 per day. Ad group budget optimization. Right. So you have ad set budget optimization, and then you have CBO, campaign budget optimization. For this, we're looking at ad sets. So at each ad set, they're going to run ad group in this case is going to run at $20 per day. So that means one creative that I have in this ad group is going to get the full $20. So each one will not stop or will not max out for budget or cost until $20 is hit, or somewhere relatively close to maybe $19, or somewhere relatively close within $1.50 of each, meaning negative or positive. So that's what an ad set budget campaign is, or an ABO. That means you set a budget on the ad set level or the ad group level, and that budget, for instance, this particular one for no interest creative number 3 will get $20 fully. Creative number 2 will get $20 fully. Creative number 1 will get $20 fully. So that means I will run through $80 per day for that particular campaign, which is an ABO campaign, but has 4 different creatives or 4 different ad groups, and each ad group will get $20, meaning you will spend $80 in total. Now, contrary, a CBO is a campaign budget optimization, meaning what will happen is you will set a budget for your campaign. Now, as you can see, I already have one inactive for status because I cut it, because that was the one one ad group or ad creative that did not do well. So let me explain. You are giving TikTok the algorithm and creative ability to say, okay, of these ad groups that I have set up, put money towards the one that you believe and is performing the best. So for instance, in this case, let me scroll over just a little bit. You'll see that based on the cost, let's look specifically at the cost metric. Creative number 1 cost $17. Creative number 2 cost $6, and creative number 3 cost $9. Creative number 4 only spent $1.84, and that's because TikTok believed that particular creative or ad group, based on whatever metrics, meaning for app installs, it was not getting the end conversion that was necessary. It wasn't an engaging ad. Therefore, they put the budget towards creative 1, 2, and 3, specifically 1 the most. Now, with that being said, this campaign, being a CBO, is going to spend $50. That's what I have it set at. So $50 will be distributed amongst these 4 videos. In comparison, in ABO, each ad group was going to spend $20. So here where you see $17.83, if it was an ABO, it would have been $20. If it was creative 2, it would have been $20. Creative 3 would have been $20. What you can do in this, and this is a strategy that you can use, you can start off, there are different strategies. You can start off with CBOs and then transition into ABOs. You can start off with ABOs, transition to CBOs. What I'm going to do going forward is start off with a CBO. The CBO will tell me, I'll put in 3, 4, 5, 6 different creatives, for instance, and allow TikTok to identify which one my users, my audience, is engaging with the most, meaning creative number 1 in this case, creative number 3, and then possibly creative number 2 based on other KPI metrics, meaning like for app installs, is it converting? Does it have scanned conversions? Then I will take that video, I will continue to allow it to run inside of a CBO. I will duplicate it and then continue to scale it. But then I will also create those winning creatives, the ones that TikTok finds to be a quote unquote winning creative or a winning ad group, and then put that inside of an ABO so they can have the full $20 to spend. In this case, it would have more spending power. So you have different ways that you can look at it. I personally think that both have their benefits, especially in the beginning. For instance, with creative number 4, let's say creative number 4 did actually do well, but it just didn't get the chance because creative number 1, 2, and 3 were better. But if it had a full $20, we would have been able to optimize better. There are small nuances that you may not be able to find when you run a CBO versus an ABO, but you have to just test. At the end of the day, you have to test. You have to figure out what works for your pixel, what works for your account, what works for your audience, and what you're trying to sell. So yeah, man, quick video, but I wanted to put together something quick so that you can see the difference between a CBO and an ABO. And then in the next video, what I'll do is show the difference between how they performed over multiple days so that you can see how I'm actually going about scaling, optimizing, or killing these ads. So quick video, but I hope you all enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you want to see more content, slap the like button. I'll see you in the next one.